This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man in custody for defrauding reggae singer Marcia Griffiths. A man is behind the bars after he allegedly defrauded reggae singer Marcia Griffiths. The man, who has been identified as Ray Morgan, was charged last week by the fraud squad with defrauding Miss Griffiths of almost $5 million in a bogus real estate deal. Fraud squad detectives reported that Mr. Morgan collected US $30,000 and the Jamaican $250,000 from Miss Griffiths as payment for property. In court documents filed by the police, it's reported that he approached the artist in June 2021 and offered her a deal. He told Miss Griffiths that he and his partners could lend her US $500,000 to purchase a property. However, she would have to pay US $30,000 plus a Jamaican $250,000 for fees and stamp duty. Miss Griffiths reportedly called the police after she discovered that she had been defrauded by Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan appeared before the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday, where he was remanded until September 8. He is charged with obtaining money by means of false pretense. His attorney told the judge that Mr. Morgan will be making restitution to the reggae artist. Mr. Morgan was featured in the news last year following his release from prison after serving nearly 12 years for fraud. His attorneys contended that he had filed an appeal after his 2011 sentence, but because of a fall-up in the system, his appeal was never heard. Decent JDF reservist slain in Zambia. An elderly woman who slept under her bed until daylight when shots rang out in the wee hours Tuesday morning was devastated on learning that the Jamaica Defensive Force reservist she informally labeled her son was murdered. Dead is 26-year-old Kemar Dennis. "Me know him from a little boy. I didn't know when he went to training school, but I know him. He was a decent boy," the senior said of Dennis. The community of Zambia in central village St. Catherine has historically been plagued by violence, with recent murders and shootings triggering fresh alarm. The senior resident told the news that young gangsters from various sections of the community were settling their differences with firepower. "The crime around here is a little mix-up with the boy them," she lamented, saying the violence has caused the shops to remain closed. Zambia was a ghost town on Tuesday afternoon. The elderly resident, unlike others who live in proximity to the murder scene, who were tight-lipped, was vocal because Dennis is someone she knew well. The senior said he would go shopping for her on request. "I can't believe it. This morning I was on the bed. It's me alone live. When me hear the explosions, me slide off the bed and stay under there till daylight out," she said. The woman is concerned that lives are being snuffed out at will, but she is resolved to live by faith. "All I can do is sing, smell, and pray," she said in a low tone. The police reported that about 3 a.m., heavily armed men invaded the home of Dennis and shot him several times before leaving him for dead. The reservist was discovered outside suffering from gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The blood-soaked yard and bullet-riddled door to his house told a graphic tale of the brutality of the attack. Investigations are ongoing. The St. Catherine North Police Division has reportedly recorded 4 murders in the past 24 hours. Up to June 12, murders in the division jumped to a 39.1% increase year-on-year. During the period under review, 64 people were killed, compared to 46 in 2021. Shootings and rape have also risen over the period. Swindlers charging persons to sign up for cruise ship jobs, says Bartlett. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett has revealed that unscrupulous individuals have been trying to charge persons to sign up for cruise ship jobs announced by his ministry. The ministry is looking to identify, recruit, and deploy at least 10,000 Jamaicans to help fill 90,000 vacancies in the global cruise industry. Mr. Bartlett has said the recruitment will take place largely outside the traditional tourism areas, as most tourism workers are already engaged. However, he said the drive has been met by disturbing news that applicants are being fleeced of their cash. Calling it a travesty, Mr. Bartlett lamented that we as a country can't go to get benefits from each other without finding a way to fleece each other.
Now, while we are trying to avoid any disruption in the current tourism labor market arrangements by using the South Coast as the catchment area. We are hearing that there are unscrupulous people who are trying to fleece the poor people by collecting money from them to have their names written down. Once it comes properly to it, we are going to make it known. And besides, we are going to advise the crews. Yes, once you find them, I mean, it is a travesty that we as a country can't go to get benefits for each other without finding a way to fleece each other. The good news is that the cruises say that you don't have to have tourism experience. We will train you. They are saying you don't have to have a degree. We will train you. You don't even have to have a high school certificate. We will train you. And so they say to us, look, we are willing to do two things. One, we will train them. We will deal with their medical arrangements, and we will transport them. We'll send the plane for them and take them back afterwards. But they said something else which was important to me, is that they said that we will make them participate in your pension plan. At the end of May, we surpassed the 1 million visitors for the year. But that was with cruise added. Now, tomorrow, we will welcome the 1 million stopover visitor arriving at the Sangster International Airport. So, as a result of that, Madam Speaker, our projections for 3.2 million visitors to arrive this year is on track. And our total revenue provision of 3.3 billion, which would only be 400 million shy of 2019, would have been back to 2019 and now going beyond 2019.
Curfew imposed after criminals killed 3 in Spanish Town gun battle. Sections of St. Catherine were last night under curfew as the security forces responded to an assault by marauding gunmen who late Tuesday afternoon stormed the sections of Spanish Town, killing 3 people and injuring several. The police have since pegged those incidents to intra-gang conflicts within the One Order faction of the Klansman gang, which has in recent weeks inflamed that space. On Tuesday, the spate of shootings which rocked the communities said to be under the control of the One Order faction escalated to a running gun battle between criminals in the market district there and a fiery assault in the historic Spanish Town courthouse in the older capital, which firefighters battled to control. Investigations are still ongoing to determine those responsible for starting that blaze, police told the news. The deadly violence created a huge traffic snarl on Mandela Highway as well as the north-south leg of Highway 2000. According to police sources, the violence is as a result of internal fighting over the sharing of extortion spoils. One man, identified only as Mackerel, was among the fatalities. Details relating to the number of injured who the news was told were being treated at Spanish Town Hospital were not available up to press time. Deputy Superintendent Linroy Edwards, head of operations for the St. Catherine North Police Division, speaking with the news as events unfolded, said, "We have a situation now, gunmen all over Spanish Town." The One Order gang, which has historically feuded with its offshoot, the Klansman One Dawn faction, is headquartered in the Tospen community in Spanish Town and exercises control over the Ellerslie Pen, Dempsey Pen, Gordon Pen, Shelter Rock, Homestead, and the Chambers Lane communities. Edwards told the news that investigations are ongoing to identify the individuals behind the recent murders and the shootings, which include a quadruple murder committed in the railway lane area close to Tospen last week. In the meantime, he said there has also been infighting within the rival One Dawn faction, with 3 men being shot on Saturday evening in the Jones Avenue area where the gang is headquartered. In that incident, an alleged gang member known as Red Paul, whose name has been mentioned several times during the ongoing trial of more than 24 alleged members of the faction, was the only fatality. The cops said the police are also investigating whether any of the 5 men who had recently been released in the trial after the state's case against them collapsed are behind the recent disturbance in that vicinity. Edwards said a targeted operation in that respect led to the apprehension of a former accused in the gang trial in the Damhead area of the parish on Tuesday. He was allegedly held with an illegal firearm in his possession. A further police operation led to the seizure of a second firearm, which the police said is also thought to be linked to the former accused man. The man, along with the other 4 men, had been charged for being part of a criminal organization. Additionally, he had faced charges in connection with allegedly conspiring to murder an individual known as Wee Wee in 2015 and the November 2017 murder at a tire shop in the parish. The trial, which began with 33 individuals, now has 28 individuals remaining in the dock, including alleged leader Andre Blackman Bryan. The accused are facing charges under the Anti-Gang Legislation and the Firearms Act. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.